A. Milne, author of Winnie the Pooh, once said that organizing is what you do before you do something, so when you do it, it's not all mixed up. I love that. All right, so if your goal is to become more productive, you're going to need to become more organized. And a big part of getting organized and staying organized, at least for me, is having a plan for each workday. This section of the course is all about having a plan and sticking to it. For me, I just can't wake up in the morning and decide what I'm going to do on the fly while precious time ticks away. If all I have is a long list of things that need doing, I'll waste time on triage, and then I'll pick only the easiest and most enjoyable tasks rather than the most important ones. I know, that's what I do. So that's why I create a detailed plan of action, everything I need to do all day long for every workday. I break it up into blocks of time, and I fit it into the hours I have available to work. It's a principle known as time blocking, and you're going to hear a lot more about it in part 3 of the course. But for now, just wrap your head around this. All right, there is a big difference between a list of tasks and a plan, okay? That's the big takeaway for now. Okay, now, in the old days, I kept everything I needed to do on a massive to-do list. I kept deferring tasks I didn't feel like doing until that list became, I don't know, unwieldy, a dozen or more pages, and it was totally unmanageable. Now, I haven't forsaken to-do lists. I still use them, and I consider them important, but we'll get to them later in the section. But now I use them specifically for long-term storage of things I don't want to forget, as well as a list of all the things I'd like to do someday. You know, still, they are just lists, and really, lists are not a plan. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but lists aren't a plan. If you're prone to procrastinate, if you have trouble keeping your ass in the chair, or if you have ADHD or ADD, or all of the above like me, having a plan is going to help you so much. Okay, but it can't just be any old plan. An effective plan not only includes the tasks you need to perform today, but it breaks them down into blocks of time. And the blocks of time are the part that's important, all right? So I almost always plan tomorrow today. I always plan tomorrow's workday before I go to bed. And on days when I don't, the first thing I do in the morning is write a plan before I even look at my computer. I can't tell you how much more work I get done every day because my old unfocused to-do list, I spent twice as much time in front of my Mac and got half as much done. Now, in part 1 of this course, I showed you a bunch of tips and hints about being efficient on your Mac. In this part, we're going to look at another component of being organized, namely having a plan and using your time wisely. Okay, there's this guy, an author named Kevin Cruz, and he talks about the fact that there's only 1,440 minutes in a day. And he talks about how people avoid wasting them. I learned a lot from his book. It's called 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management. To sum things up, this section is all about planning your day the right way, making lists that don't suck, and storing and retrieving those little bits of information you need to save each and every day. And how to do all of that quickly, effortlessly, and efficiently. Onward!